Bungie took away our ability to do the double exotic class armor glitch not too long ago, which is a shame because it made for a damn good farm. In light of that, players have been using interesting methods of class item exotic farming. At the end of the day, I still think the best overall farm is to just do the dual destiny mission on repeat with a really good partner. But with that in mind, why don't we go over a popular pale heart farm going around right now. I heard about this from Leopard, who I believe heard about it from 7 oil rigs. From the pale heart, scroll way over to the left and drop in at the landing. This is going to sound weird, but bear with me. You're going to walk all the way over to this general area where I am right now, and you're just going to wait for about a half a minute or so. Eventually, you're going to see your screen flash a little bit, and when you see that, head on over to the right. Just follow the path I'm taking right now. I'll speed it up a bit. But yeah, you come over here, and there should be a loot chest waiting for you. Go ahead and open it up, pray you get an exotic, open your map, and refly into the landing. Rinse and repeat. A few things to mention. I don't know if standing in this exact spot is necessary. I did try standing closer to the staircase near where you land. My screen did end up flashing, but the chest didn't appear. Now that could be because the chest does not appear 100% of the time, even when you go stand in the exact spot for however long that I showed you to. But anyway, if you go to the landing and stand in that spot where I showed you and just wait for a little bit, that chest should appear most of the time. Again, not 100%, but very much most of the time. So now why don't we talk about the elephant in the room, AFK farming, which yes, would involve a macro. Translation, set up some very generic prompts and have it run on repeat while you go outside to volunteer helping the elderly or teach some sick children how to read, I'm sure. Is this a bannable offense? Great question. I don't want to give an answer like I'm completely sure. I do know that in 2023, Bungie shared a statement regarding macro usage in general. My main takeaway after rereading that statement is that as long as you aren't using a device or something modded that would allow you to do something that you literally could not do before, then it seems that would be kosher in the eyes of Bungie. As an example that I'm completely making up, if I had a modded controller that literally removed all recoil from any gun when I shot it, yeah, that would obviously be something that literally no human could replicate naturally, and therefore it would not be tolerated. On the other hand, though, just walking around in the Pale Heart is something literally any player can already do. Again, that is just my interpretation of reading Bungie's commentary on macro usage and automation. By all means, do not do what I'm about to show you if AFK farming makes you uneasy in any way. Leopard and Oil Rigs' tutorial on this involves changing some of your settings, I'm pretty sure. I don't really like the thought of doing that, so I'm going to show you an even lazier way of doing it. Tiny Task is a very straightforward macro tool I've used for other games. I'll link it in the video description if you want to check it out. Hashtag not an ad. Hit the recording hotkey, literally do whatever you want to be replicated, then hit the recording hotkey again to end the input recording. Make sure continuous playback is enabled in the preferences section, then hit your playback hotkey, and there you go. Brainless farm on repeat. If you're wondering why in my footage I'm showing there's no mouse movement, only strafing with WASD, it's because I have a Logitech mouse that can sometimes change between multiple DPI settings depending on what I have open, and I've found that can F with things a little bit. But if you don't have that problem, feel free to set yours up however. I want to remind you that while the farm is easy, the drop rates are bad. That being said, if you do it for long stretches of time, either actively or inactively, you can and will get drops. I found I was getting maybe one of these per hour or so with this method. Again, not great, but I don't think this form of automation goes against Bungie's terms of service, so if you're going out for a long walk or going to bed, might be worth a try, but again, please do not quote me on that. I'll repeat it one more time. I don't speak for Bungie at all, and if the idea of AFK farming makes you uncomfortable, then obviously don't do it. Either way, I don't imagine Bungie will let this be a thing for too much longer. It's not fast or efficient, but it is really easy, and again, you can potentially rack up free drops over time with no effort if you're doing it inactively. That's it. Short video. May RNG be with you. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.